say you with your man, right?
Okay.
And y'all vibing and you like, we spend a lot of time together. We do a lot of things together. You know, it would make sense for us to just move in together.
Yeah.
Right. But he was like, okay, so you gonna move in with me. This is the rent. We gonna split it 50-50. What would you say to a man, your man,
Yeah.
right, that you like enough to be with him? Y'all do stuff together anyway. Mm-hmm. You already paying your rent. He paying his rent. Y'all rent is the same. And he says, yeah, I want you to move in with me. Let's split these bills 50-50. And we'll be closer and we could do more together and we could do things without having to travel back and forth. Would you say, nah, I'm cool. I'd rather stay by myself? Or would you say, yeah, it's nothing. I'll pay 50-50?
I don't know. It depends on the situation. Because it's like, if I'm staying over from time to time and you messy, and I know, like, if I move in with you, I got to clean up after you all the time. And then I got to cook for you. And then I still got to pay my maintenance. I'm a woman, so I'm more expensive. Like, I got to go get my hair done and nails done all the time. And then I got to pay half the rent, and I got to live with a man. And it's like, yeah, I love you, but I'm not doing 50-50 with a man.
Okay, so if you was with a man, you would rather be like, no, I live in my place, he live at his place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless we married and he's paying most of the bills.
Okay, so you don't even want to move in with a man unless y'all married.
I really don't feel like I want to share my space with a boyfriend.
Yeah.
No. I don't. Not we. Not okay. Wait. Hold on.
I was gonna say you getting on.
Hold on a second. Wait. Okay. Wait a damn minute. Hold on. because I just am in that space where I can't see myself living with somebody right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just be talking sometimes, then, huh? Is that what we're doing? Are we talking now? Or do you be talking on camera?
All right, relax. Okay.
I'll cut that part out.
I would love to be with a man all the time, but I'm not paying half the rent if I'm doing that.
Okay, so if you're doing what?
If I'm doing what?
You say you're not paying half the rent if you're doing all that. All what?
Living with you. I'm not going half.
So if you're living with a man, you're not gonna go half.
No.
So, what if y'all got the place together?
What do you mean if we got the place together?
Yeah, you didn't move in with him. Y'all like, let's get a place together.
I'm not going half with him though.
So you're not going half with him. Why is that?
Because I don't want to.
Okay, I want to know, but no. Okay, break it down. Why do you not want to contribute equally with your man?
Because I'm not equal to my man. My man is the head of the household.
Okay, listen. He
gonna pay the bills.
Listen, check this out. I just want to break down why, because I asked a woman this yesterday.
Cause I'm like, I pay all my bills and I'll be stressed.
All right, no, but so you already. But what I'm saying is, you already paying all your bills.
Okay.
So your overhead is the same regardless.
But then
all
I
you're
gotta
doing,
share a space with you and clean
but
after
whoa.
and
But you gotta clean after yourself.
Exactly. That's fine.
So what you're saying is, you're not gonna go 50-50 because you're gonna be cleaning and sometimes cooking. So therefore, you feel like he needs to pay for that.
Yeah.
Even though you're his woman.
Yeah. I'm not going half. I want to be in my soft. I want to be soft. I want to be feminine. But
if you already paying all your bills, you've already been doing that anyway. So what you're saying is, you haven't been feminine to that man since you've been paying your own bills.
Yeah.
So yes, you're not in your feminine already with this man because you're already paying your own bills. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, okay.
So, all right. I just don't feel like you must like that man. Because if you really like that man, value that man, wanted to be around that man, then you would be like, I already pay the same anyway. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just paying the same with you.
It just depends on a lot of things. It depends on how deep we are in the relationship, how long we've been talking to each other, the situation he's in. Like, if he is doing really well for himself, he's doing better than me, why do I have to pay half of the rent when he's doing better than me? If he's doing better than me, then I don't feel like that's fair for
What if
me.
y'all doing the same?
If we doing the same, I still don't feel that way.
so okay, tell me this, right? So y'all both get together. Y'all move into a place together. You feel like he should pay more. By him paying more, what does he get for paying all of this money that he could have just did by himself? What does he get?
He could be by himself.
No, I'm saying what does
Like nobody gotta do anything.
I'm not saying what I'm saying is what is he getting from paying for all the bills?
Me, a woman.
But y'all were already together. He already had you.
Yeah, but now we living together.
So he should pay for you to be with him. That's a.
I mean, he was gonna pay anyways to live where he at. If
And
he wants me to come live with him.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you won't like a man that much. If you don't really like a man that much, he got to pay. If you really like the man a whole lot, saw a whole lot of value in him, you'd be like, oh, I'll pay half. It's nothing.
No, not even that.
I don't feel like okay, let's say superstar multimillionaire. Got a bunch of connections, a bunch of culture he could teach you, places he can show you, things he could teach you. Your life is going to get better just being around this man, from his knowledge to his network to the things that he's doing that you're going to accompany with him on, right?
Okay.
But he says, hey, the same rent that you was paying at your place, just come and chip that in over here. You'll have a nicer spot, a bigger place, and you get all the benefits of this man. You would say, no.
If he had all of that, he wouldn't be asking.
How do you know that? What if he just wants to make sure that you're contributing something because he want to make sure you're not using him?
Why? But if he feels like I'm using him, then we shouldn't be talking. That's like.
This is very interesting.
Don't talk to me if you feel insecure.
This is how I feel about it, right? If a man is paying half and a woman is paying half, right?
Okay.
That shows that she likes that man. That shows that she's interested in that man. That means she values that man.
I mean, if that's what she want to do,
let me ask you this, right?
Me.
You don't feel okay. So what about this, right? So when you go out to eat with a man, if he pays for a meal, do you feel like you should do something in exchange for him paying for that meal? Reciprocal?
I didn't know that's what that was.
What
are we? I thought we were just building a relationship. Why does it have to be in exchange?
I didn't say it had to be. I'm asking you a
What
question.
do you want?
I don't
this
want
is
anything.
Not.
This is not a question to me.
I'm not.
Because it sounds like you asking me.
It to you.
Because I didn't. This is what I asked. If a man takes a woman out to eat, do you feel him spending his money on that good time, the woman should reciprocate, not necessarily a dinner, but something in return for him? Like what?
Energy, time.
But he gave his
presence.
He gave his time, energy, and presence to you.
Yeah, but he wanted me to give. He wanted my time.
But okay, so you didn't want to go on that date.
If he asked me out on a date, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna give him my time.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So what you're saying is, a man should not ask a woman on a date. He should wait for her to ask.
That's not what I said. Where
you know
did you pull that out your ass?
No,
I did not say that.
The reason I say that is because you didn't want to be there. You don't want to reciprocate. You feel like
I did want to be there. I said yes.
You just said your presence is reciprocal to the money he's spending. Even though his time, his energy, he's giving you that. You giving him time and energy, but that's not equal. Is that equal?
It is.
Okay. Listen.
We're both.
Hey, listen. Let me land. All right. So he brings his time and energy. Okay. You bring your time and energy. Okay. That's equal. Now he brings the money that he paid for. Now what do you bring?
Myself.
Okay. You bring yourself. He brings himself.
Okay.
So, okay. Now that's equal except for the part of the money that he spent. So what are you doing in reciprocation to the money part?
Just being there.
No, but he's just being there.
He wanted me to be there with him. So you
don't want him to be there. I'm asking you a question.
I mean, he don't gotta be there.
So that's all I'm saying is, you see that women do not value a man's time and energy because they feel like they bring their time and energy and you should bring some money, which means they discount your time and energy as if it's not even there. You see what I'm saying? You bring your time and energy, he brings his time and energy. He brings some money, you just bring yourself. Even though his self is there, you're discounting the value of him.
I'm not, though.
If you weren't, you would say, okay, well, I'm going to reciprocate because everything is balanced. His time and energy, your time and energy. Himself, yourself. His money, what do you bring?
If you understood balance, then you wouldn't be asking me that question. Because
how?
a woman and a man, that's yin and yang. That's the balance right there.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
You knew a woman, the balance that a woman brings in your life, then you would know the value that a woman brings.
I didn't say a woman didn't bring value. I was telling you, he's bringing some money.
Yeah.
What are you bringing in reciprocation? And you can't say you bring yourself because he's bringing himself, unless you're discounting the value as himself and saying he's less than you. Oh, is that what you're saying?
No.
If you bring yourself, he brings himself. That's equal. And then he brings some money, and you don't bring. What are you doing in compensation to balance out the money he's bringing? Is what I'm asking.
Me.
I just said before, you are here, he is here. That's equal. So it cancels each other out. You know math, right?
This ain't math.
Listen, he brings himself, you bring yourself. That's equal, right?
Okay.
Then he brings some money. You can't bring yourself again. We already did you. So what are you bringing to reciprocate for the money he's bringing is what I'm asking.
I said it already.
Yourself.
Yeah.
So which means if you're saying yourself, then what you're saying is you are more valuable than him. Him coming and you coming is not the same. You bring more value coming.
If somebody wants my time, you ask me out on a date.
So what about the man that you wanted to go out with?
Who's the man I want to go out with?
You ain't never wanted to go out with a man before. Is that what you're saying?
I have wanted.
Okay, so in that case,
after he asked me to go on a date, I don't look at a man. I'm like, let me go ask him out on a date.
So you've never been in a situation with a man where you said, "Hey, let's go out." All right, then. So we're not gonna get up here and get to. All right.
After he asked me, yes.
Oh, we gonna do this right now? Are we gonna do this right now?
I mean, we can.
You trying to make a point? Listen,
I'm not trying to make a point. You're trying to make a point.
I'm trying to have you. I'm trying to make a point to these people.
With real life energy.
No. I'm trying to tell these dudes something. What you're pretty much saying is, these women don't value you like that. They believe they're more valuable than you. It's that simple. She believes when she comes to the table and you come to the table, she's more valuable, so you have to pay for everything.
No, that's
and
not
she doesn't have to do anything because her presence is worth the money and you.
No, that's not what
Unless she's dealing with a man that she likes.
No. My time to myself is more valuable. I love being by myself. I love doing my skincare routine at night. I love not having to wear makeup.
Okay, so let's talk about a man.
Watching a movie.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
So me having to get ready. Oh my God.
You tell me if what she's saying is making sense.
My hair. I gotta wear my.
That man had to get dressed. He had to maybe go get a haircut.
And that's
he had
fine,
to.
But you wanted to do that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, for the most part, these women do not feel like you have to bring all this to the table just for them. They feel like they're that valuable, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. But I would say to you guys, you should feel just as valuable because I feel like I'm that valuable. I don't feel like she's more valuable than me. So when we come together, her value is more than me and some money because that's what you're saying.
No, you value money. You value money. You value money.
Who doesn't value money?
Everybody values money.
Okay,
but when you're going on a date, it's not about the money. It's about the connection.